Hello, guys, and uh, right now I am playing a game called Little Alchemy, and what this basically is that I'm trying to combine different elements. I'm gonna take off my glasses because there's glare on my face cam, but you try to combine different elements to create more elements. So let's say there's air, uh, and earth. You get dust. See? So all you gotta do is really combine it. Uh, what happens if I bring more air into the party? Up, nothing. Nothing happens. Okay. Um, bring some water. I picture water. Oh yeah, rain. Okay. Um, well, what happens when you get water and fire? Yin yang. Do you get yin yang? Oh, you get steam. What happens if you cross dust and steam? Okay, nothing. What happens if you combine earth and steam? Geyser. What happens if you combine dust? Okay. What happens if you add um more earth? Oh, I just made a plant. What? What happens if I combine what? What? What happens if I set fire to the plant? I got tobacco. Tobacco. Oh my gosh. Is there weed in this? Jeez. What happens if I use a not a um go back to WWP. Okay, I can't scroll for some reason. I can't scroll yet. Um, so let's get our water. Put it on the planet. I get algae. I get algae. What happens if I set fire to algae? Absolutely nothing. What if I set fire to tobacco? Okay, nothing. What can I do with tobacco? Can I do air on fire? E equals MC squared. I get energy. Oh my gosh. What happens if I combine energy on Earth? I get an earthquake. What happens if I combine earthquake with a planet? Nothing. Absolutely nothing happens. Um, uh, what happens if I do energy plus fire? Absolutely nothing. Dust, nothing. Geyser, nothing. 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 More energy. No. Okay. What happens if there's a rain? No. Okay. Uh, how can we turn a geyser into a volcano? Um, let's try to get this. Um, um, well, um, let's, uh, let's do air and plant. Let's try to figure that out. Air and plant. Nothing? Geyser. Air and dust does nothing. Uh, what about tobacco and air? I get pressure. Oh, I just combined air with air. That was an accident. What happens if I fight fire with fire? I just got more energy. Okay. Um, fire. See this? Fire. How do I? Fire with fire. What about algae and? Oh yeah, I already tried that. What got geyser? Nothing. Pressure and geyser. That should work. No, it doesn't. What about earthquake and pressure? Rain and pressure. What about dust and pressure? What about earth and pressure? What about steam and pressure? Dust and steam. Fire steam. Tobacco steam. Algae steam. Energy steam. More pressure steam. Rain steam. Earthquake steam. Geyser steam. What about two geysers? No? This is getting harder. Um, got tobacco. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I can multiply them by 2. I can. What does algae and algae do? Absolutely nothing. What can I do with algae? Um, this is a game for smart people. I'm not a smart people. Okay, what if I do pressure plus pressure? What if I do energy plus energy? What if I put energy into tobacco? What if I put energy into dust? No? How about energy into algae? What if I put water on algae? Why didn't I try that again? Or rain and algae? No. Let's do water. No, okay, let's do water and tobacco. Nothing? Oh yeah, I remember steam. What's steam plus steam do? Absolutely nothing. We still got a normal plant here. Let's put it on a geyser. Let's put algae on the plant. No. What about a plant on Earth? Oops. Got rid of the plant. Uh, yes, I did it. Yes, grass. Oh, what happens if we set grass on fire? Absolutely nothing? Okay. Happened grass and steam. Dust and grass. How do you make weeds? More plant. Let's add. Oh, I made a plant on plant. That was an accident. I just made a garden. What happens if I set a garden on fire? Absolutely nothing. Well, let's put a plant in a garden. I just made a flower. What happens if I put grass in a flower? What happens? Nothing. What if I set fire to a flower? I was expecting it to be like a joke and put up a fire flower. Uh, what about earth and grass? But earth and flower, earth and fire. I just made lava. Okay, now I gotta use it on everything. Lava, earth, and fire. Okay, lava, lava, pressure. Yeah, I just made graphite. Granite, I mean. Not graphite. Uh, oh, we didn't do many things. We didn't make sedimentary rock, too. We're at it. Where's the lava? Lava. Okay, we need pressure. Wait, what do we need? I think we need heat. More lava? No? What about fire and lava? No? Okay. What about geyser on lava? Volcano? No? What happens if I put, granite with algae dust? How about steam?